I'm sorry, I'm talking in mute, guys. Okay. So what we discussed, guys, in the last class? What we discussed in the last class? We discussed about the Windows login, and we discussed about the SQL login, and we discussed about the group login. Okay. So, and we have also discussed how this login concept will work. Again, I'll give you a brief. Okay. So let me go to this and login. Okay. We have two types of logins. One is SQL level login. Another one is Windows level login or SQL login, Windows login. SQL login on Windows login. SQL login means it will use SQL authentication. Yeah. SQL login means which will use SQL authentication, and Windows login means which will use Windows authentication, means Windows level, OS level, it will verify the username and password. Authentication means what, guys? What is the meaning of authentication? Authentication means the process of verifying the username and password. So Windows login will use Windows authentication, means Windows level, it will verify the username and password. SQL login means it will verify the user name and password in the SQL level, right? And we have also discussed the Windows level user, SQL level login, and a database level user, right? We have also discussed all these logins and users, right? In the last class, we have also discussed about these logins and users, guys. One more important point is whenever you create a login in the SQL server, whether it is a Windows login or SQL login, by default, any login, by default, any login will get an access to the SQL server. By default, any login will get an access to the SQL server, right? If you create any login, whether it's a Windows level login or SQL level login, you can connect to the SQL server. Connecting to the SQL server, that doesn't give you the full control on the SQL server. Again, I have to give the respective permissions based on your roles and responsibilities. So when I gave access to any login on any database, by default, what will happen, guys? When I give access to any login on any database, what will happen? What will happen, guys? A user will be created on behalf of this login. When this is Dimitri login, for example, this is Dimitri login. And when I create a Dimitri login, okay, and when I gave access to Dimitri login in any of the database, one user will be created for Dimitri login. That user is called Dimitri user. Okay, the username is Dimitri. Like with the login name only, you can see the user. So whenever you create any login, by default, that login can access the SQL server, but he cannot, he don't get the full control on the SQL server. Again, exceptionally, we have to give the access. Okay, if you give sysadmin, he can control the whole SQL server. If you don't want to give sysadmin, you can give only database level. If you don't want to give database level, you can give only table level, guys. Is it clear? So I can control him. I can control the user up to the object level. I can control the user up to the object level. He can connect to the SQL server. If he has access, he can access the database. If he has permissions, he can access the objects also. Is it clear, guys? So two types of logins we have. One is Windows login. For Windows login, what is mandatory, guys? What is mandatory for Windows login? What is mandatory for Windows
The
login?
user should be created in the users list.
Yes. Windows user should be created. Yes. Okay. Windows user should be created. Based on that, I can create Windows login. Based on this Windows login, I can create a SQL database level user. So grandfather, father, and child relation. This is for Windows authentication. SQL authentication, just a SQL login is enough. Okay. And I can give access on any database so that it will create a user. So father and child relation for SQL login. For Windows login, grandfather, father, and child relation. Clear, guys? Is it clear?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So, right. Let's continue this discussion and we'll discuss about the server roles now. Okay. We'll discuss about the server role. What is a role? What is the role, guys? Can anyone tell me what is the role? Role, just a role. For example, manager role.
Permissions.
Role.
Privileges.
Role. What is the other meaning of role?
Responsibility.
All the duties. All the duties.
Very good, very good. All the duties, very good, very nice. I
The
can just
privilege.
rephrase it like this. All the protocols, right? So manager role will have such a some type of protocols. If you are a manager, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. These are the protocols that he has to follow. If you are a lead, you have to follow these protocols. If you are a senior engineer, you have to follow these protocols. If you are a junior engineer, associate engineer, you have to follow these protocols. Means role means what, guys? Role means what? Set of protocols. We can say set of permissions. Okay, set of permissions is called a role. Guys, is it clear? Set of permissions is called one role. Like that, in SQL Server, two types of roles. What is that, guys? Two types of roles. Okay, one is server roles. Second one is database roles. Okay, database roles means if you are a part of the server role, you will get set of permissions. If you are a part of the database role, you will get a different set of permissions, guys. Is it clear? What is the role? Set of permissions or collection of permissions. You can call it as a role. Okay, set or collection of permissions. You can call it as a role. Two types of roles are there in the SQL Server. Server roles, okay, which will imply on server level, which will imply on server level. Database role means, okay, or
They'll be
apply.
restricted to database.
Correct. Database roles which will apply, which can be applied on a database level, guys. Server roles can be applied on server level. Database roles can be applied on the database level. Server roles you can see in the SQL Server. Database roles you can see in the, guess it, where we can see the database roles.
Database.
In
The
the
database.
Database.
under the database.
In the database. In the database, you can see the database roles. Okay. Let's go with the server roles first. In the SQL Server, we have 8 plus 1 server roles, guys. 8 plus default server roles. Okay.
Public.
Default server roles. Again, in the server role, let me write like this 1.1. Again, in the server roles, we have two types of server roles. Default server roles, and next you can guess it. What is the next one? Customized server roles.
Customized service.
Customized server roles, default server roles, and customized server roles. So if you go inside default server roles means what? When you install the SQL Server, by default, you will get this default server roles. While installing, after the installation, you will get it with the installation. With the installation, you can call it as a default server role. So how many default server roles are there? 8 plus 1. Why 8 plus 1? I'll tell you. You can say 9 also. But why Shanmukh 8 plus 1? I'll tell you. Okay. What is the shortcut to remember these server roles? DB square PS4. What it means? I'll tell you. D. Okay. DB creator. DB creator is one role. Second one, B square. Bulk admin. Bulk admin. Okay. Bulk BD square. Sorry, this is not DB square. BD square.
BD square.
Yeah, BD square PS4. Okay. B, bulk admin. Bulk admin. DB creator. DB creator. Disk admin. Okay. B means 1B, guys, bulk admin. D square means 2 Ds. Just this is a shortcut to remember. Okay. 2 Ds. DB creator, disk admin. Next what? P.
Process admin.
Process admin. Very good. Process admin. Next. S4. 4S.
Server admin.
Security admin.
Security admin.
Server admin.
System admin.
Yeah. System admin.
Setup admin. And
Finally,
sysadmin. Sysadmin. The last role is called public server role, which is a which is a not a
Default.
fixed server role, not a fixed server. I'll tell you what is fixed server role and all, what is not a fixed server role. Okay, I'll tell you guys, don't worry. Okay, how many default server roles are there, guys? 8 plus 1, BD square, PS4. No need to remember all these roles. Main roles are sysadmin, process admin, security admin. That's it. No need to remember all. We cannot remember all. But in case if you want to remember, you can use this shortcut, BD square, PS4. B means bulk admin, D square, DB creator, disk admin, P process admin, S4, 4S security admin, setup admin, server admin, sysadmin. Okay. And final role is public. Right. So what we discussed, guys, this is a server role. Server role means what? What is the role? Collection of permission means this role will have a set of permission. This role will have a set of permissions. This role will have a set of permissions. This role will have a set of permissions. Each role will have a set of permissions. Finally, sysadmin. Sysadmin is the highest server role that a member of this role can do whatever he wants in the SQL server level, guys. Okay, a member of this role can do whatever he wants in the SQL server level. Clear, guys? No need to remember all these things. You can try remembering it. Some people will ask, can you tell me server roles and all? Some people, okay, they will not ask why, because they also can't remember all the server roles, guys. It's difficult to remember all the server roles. So let me show you in the SQL server, guys. The server is too slow. Okay, right. So when you expand security, when you expand server roles, you can see here bulk admin, DB creator, disk admin, process admin, public, security admin, server admin, setup admin, sysadmin.
Wow.
Each role will have a set of permissions, guys. This role will have different set of permissions. Role, right? This is role means what? Collection of permission. A member of bulk admin can do different things. For example, if you are a junior DBA, you will have a set of roles, correct? If you are a senior DBA, you will have a set of roles. If you are an SME, you will have a set of roles. If you are an architect, you have a set of roles. If you are a lead, you will have a set of roles. If you are a manager, you will have a set of roles. If you are a director, you will have a set of roles. If you are a VP, you will have a set of roles. If you are CFO, you will have a set of roles. If you are CEO, you will have a set of roles. Correct? If you are a member of the lead, correct, guys? Imagine SQL DBA group is there. If you are a member of the SQL DBA group, whatever SQL DBAs can do, that you can do, right? Are you getting the point? Right? In the same way, if you are a member of this role, whatever permissions are there to this role, everything you can do, guys. Okay? Generally, what these permissions, what you should know, right? Shanmukh, you are saying bulk admins means collection of permissions. What kind of permissions are there for bulk admin? What kind of permissions will be there for DB creator? What kind of permissions will be there for disk admin? Let's see. Okay. So there is a query for that. What is the query, guys? SP underscore SRV role. Don't give any spaces. Permission space. Which role permissions you want to see? Let's go with one by one. Bulk admin. Okay. Just execute this. Check it whether this is right or wrong and execute it. Tell me, guys, how many permissions are there to this role?
2.
2. You can see here, right? First permission, second permission. What are those 2 permissions? Can you tell me?
Can I add a member to the bulk admin group? And can do bulk insert.
Very good. Very good. A member of this role can do 2 things, guys. A member of this role can do 2 things. What he can do? He can add member to the same role. If you are a bulk admin, you can add another person to this role. If Shibin is bulk admin, Shibin can add Balaji. If Bala is bulk admin, Bala can add Anil. If Anil is bulk admin, he can add Raviteja. If Raviteja is bulk admin, he can add Pooja. Pooja can add some other guy. So if you are, guys, remember this permission, every role by default will have this permission. If you are a member of one role, you can add other person, other login also to the same role. Is it clear, guys? That is the default permission to every role. Going forward, we'll see all the roles one by one, right? You can see this is the first default permission to every role. If you are a member of one role, you can add another person also to this role.
Yep.
Okay, if you have 10 rupees, you can give some amount to the other guy, right? In the same way, if you are a member of this role, you can also make another guy as a bulk admin. Class question. ఏం చేస్తున్నావు?
నేను అమ్మ ఐరన్ చేసుకుంటుంది.
అమ్మ ఐరన్ చేసుకుంటుందా? ఓకే 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 బాయ్. Right. Okay, guys. So if you are a member of bulk admin, you can do two things. You can make another member as a bulk admin. You can add another guy into this role. And another thing, you can do bulk operations, bulk inserts. What is meant by bulk insert, guys? What is meant by bulk insert?
Data, you can insert data.
You can insert bulk
Inserting
data. You can insert bulk data.
bulk
Okay.
data.
So not everyone can do that. Not everyone can do that. Two people can do that. Who can do bulk inserts, guys, in the SQL server?
Developers.
Usually the DBAs.
Usually, no, DBS will never do bulk inserts.
Developers.
Never.
Sysadmin and bulk admin.
Very good. Very good. Who is that?
Rams.
Ram. Very good. Okay. Sysadmin. Whenever I ask any question, who can do this? By default, who can do that? Sysadmin. By default, you can tell sysadmin role. And who can do bulk inserts? A member of
Bulk
sysadmin can do, and a member of bulk admin can do. Okay, so if you are a member of bulk admin, you can do two things. One is you can add another guy to this role, first permission. Second permission, you can insert bulk. Only you can do bulk inserts. You cannot do any other things. Let me show you the demo for DB creator. Let's go to see some of the roles. We'll never use it, guys, so don't worry. Okay, don't worry at all, leave it. Okay, we don't use these roles at all, but I'll show you the demo for some of the important roles. Other roles we don't use it. Okay, let's check with the DB creator role. You will get an example. Okay, I'll show you the demo. Let's see what and all. Guess it. What a DB creator can do. Guess it, guys. DB creator.
You
What
can
he can
create
do.
the database.
Database creation.
Very good. Nice. You can create the database. Next. There is a
You can add member.
there is an old, very good, super. Who said
You can
that?
add a member to the DB.
Someone said that. Someone said that.
Vamshi, sir.
Vamsi, what he can do?
You can add
Ah,
to
he can
the
add. Very good, super. He can add another person to this role. Very good, nice. There is an old saying, who can create? He can dash.
Destroy.
Very
You
good.
can delete,
Destroy.
destroy.
Destroy means what? Here, destroy
To
means what?
delete.
Drop.
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 Very good. Very good. Super. Excellent, guys. Someone started video, I guess. Who started the video? Okay, done. Thank you. So let's execute. Let's execute. Okay. See here. How many permissions it is having, guys? 8 permissions. See here.
8 permissions.
8 permissions. What he can do? He can add another
You can
person to
add
this
member
role.
to
He can alter the database. He can alter means changing some settings on the database level called alter. Using alter. Alteration, you know, right? Alteration. Okay. In the same way, changing the object is called alter. He can create the database as discussed. He can drop the database. He can extend the database. He can restore the database. He can restore the log file. He can rename the database. Guys, again, I'm saying no need to remember all these permissions. Okay, it's very difficult. We cannot remember each and every role permissions. Just a main, you know that he can create the database. You know that he can add member to this role. You know that a person who can create, he
Can
can drop. You know that. That's it. Fine. No need to remember all the 8 permissions. It's very difficult. Even if you ask manager also, you cannot remember. So are we good, guys? Let me show you the demo. Okay. What I'll do initially, I'll create a login for testing purpose. Okay. New login. I'll create a SQL login. SQL. This is only for testing purpose. SQL login. You can test this with Windows login or SQL login. No problem at all. So who can do this? Let's give one name. Which name you want me to give, guys? Which name? Choose one name.
Vamshi.
Okay. Vamshi. Okay, right. Login password. I am giving a simple, or else let me give you the demo. Okay, DBA. I am giving one strong password. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Now I'm just creating this login. I'm just creating this login and I'm clicking OK. Now let's connect as Vamshi. Okay, let's connect as Vamshi. What we can do, we can cancel this. I'll connect as Vamshi in another screen. Okay, Vamshi. And I just gave one password, right? That password I'll give here to connect. Okay, can he connect, guys? Now can he connect?
Yes, sir. You can.
Yes.
Are you sure?
No, sir.
No, why?
It's, I think, different instance.
Different instance, array. Come on, man. See, I'm using different SSMS. That's it. Server name is same, right?
Okay.
Right now, can he connect? Vamshi can connect to the SQL server, guys. What we discussed in the morning, those who are there in this list, they all can connect, right? Vamshi is there in this
She's
list,
there in the list, right?
right? So he can connect
Yes,
or he
he
cannot connect.
Yes, he can.
He can. Are you sure, Shibin? Shibin, are you sure?
He's connecting to the SQL server, right?
Correct. He's connected to SQL only, not Oracle.
Yeah, so he should be able to.
Correct.
I think we have to change that. While installing, we selected only Windows authentication. No?
Very good, Ram. Let's see what he can do. Let's click on connect button. What error we are getting? Login failed for user. He is not able to connect. Whatever concept we discussed, that is perfect, pakka, no change in that. Okay, I don't want to again you to be in this confused state. We have to do one thing. What is that? Let's go to the SQL server. Just now, Ram, remember, like recollected one important point. While installation of the SQL server, which authentication mode we have selected, guys?
Oh,
Windows authentication.
Windows
Here
authentication.
we can see in the security we can see, right? So which authentication is selected?
Windows authentication.
So what it means now? Only Windows
means the
people
user
can
should-
connect. Only Windows people can connect now. SQL people, they cannot connect. If SQL people also wants to connect, you have to
Then
select
you have to
this
change the
option.
option to SQL server.
SQL and Windows authentication.
Windows
Click
authentication.
OK. This is see here. What it is saying?
Some of the configuration changes will take effect unless SQL server is restarted.
Very good. Okay, what we have to do now?
So we have to restart the SQL server.
To apply the new settings, you have to
Changes.
restart it. Okay. And let me click yes. And then let's wait for a while.
So that means this is a downtime activity?
Yeah, see, that's why during the installation, we'll enable it. Okay. If you change the same setting during the installation, it's not a downtime. But by mistake, someone just enabled only Windows authentication. After the installation, if you want to enable the SQL authentication, it's a downtime activity. Okay, so if any logins are not able to connect, means if they are getting login failed for the user, what might be the reason? What might be the reason? Login failed for the user. If he is getting like that, what might be the reason? In security, there is one important error called, what is that error, guys? In security, there is an important error number. Can anyone tell me the error number?
1435 or 1435 something. 1436. 1845.
Yeah, you are closer to the answer.
18456.
What is that?
18456.
Yes, 10. Okay. 1 minute. Sometimes I'm unable to minimize this. Yes, please.
While installing, if we enable the SQL login, then at those time we should have to add a SQL user.
No, not required. Any one login is enough during the installation. Minimum one login is enough. Okay.
Because
Maximum you can see. While installing, you cannot add any SQL logins. Why?
Right.
Because there should be one Windows account. Okay.
Yeah.
We can add only that Windows account. SQL logins by that time they don't be available, right? So that's why it is not possible. Yeah, please.
Okay. Because I prefer to be raising that, so there'll be orderliness. My question is you have to change the login settings to SQL authentication. So what about people with Windows authentication? How would they be able to log in again? That's number one. Number
Ade,
two.
if you remember the setting, SQL Server plus Windows authentication.
Okay. I didn't see that. I didn't see that. So
Yeah, I'll show
okay.
you. I'll show you. SQL Server and
Okay.
Windows authentication, you can see that option. So both
Okay,
both
good,
can
good.
log in. It's not like while
Okay.
connecting Windows login, Windows authentication, we have to enable. When they are connecting SQL login again, we have to change it regularly. Who will change it? 100 and 1000 instances will be there. Who will change every time? No, right? There are two settings: Windows authentication, SQL authentication plus that is called mixed mode authentication. Mixed mode means SQL plus Windows can log in. Okay, so in all the SQL servers during the installation itself, we'll choose mixed mode authentication.
Mixed mode, yeah, that's what I want to say. It's better to go for mixed mode
Correct.
authentication while installing the
Yes.
SQL Server. That will
Correct.
make everything to be on the safe
Yes.
side.
Yes.
Okay. So you mentioned the error code for security, and
Mhm.
because so many people were talking at the same time, I couldn't catch the error code.
No
Is it
problem. No problem. I'll
18?
tell you. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yeah, 18.
Okay.
Tell me. 18.
184%.
Okay. Common error number in SQL Server security. 18456. When we will get this error? Can anyone guess?
The user is unable to log in the
Yes,
SQL
correct. In what scenarios users cannot be logged? If the
Maybe forgot the
If the
password.
Windows
Very
authentication, only
good.
Windows
Super.
authentication is enabled.
Super. One by one. One by one. Okay.
If-
If Windows authentication, if only Windows authentication is enabled. Windows authentication is enabled. Next.
Login doesn't have the
Very good.
access.
Very good. Very good. If the login doesn't have access. Okay, login doesn't have access. Very good. Then also you'll get same error. Next. In what and all
Forgot
scenarios you'll get?
forgot the credentials.
Very good. Wrong username and password. Very good. Next. Wrong username and password.
If user
No
not then
authorization,
No.
but that is already covered. Yeah,
Yeah.
authentication is enabled. Mm,
user is not there in SQL Server level also.
Very good. Login doesn't exist. Okay, login doesn't exist. Even this is login doesn't have access. This is login doesn't exist. Right. Very good. In all these scenarios, you will get 18456 error, guys. In all these scenarios. Okay. In all these scenarios, you'll get 18456. If Windows authentication is enabled and if SQL login is trying, you'll get 18456 error. If login doesn't have access, you'll get 18456 error. If login is using wrong username and password, wrong username, wrong password, you'll get 18456 error. If the login doesn't exist, you'll get 18456 error. In all the scenarios, you'll get 18456 error, guys. Okay, this is very common error in the security. 18456 error is very common and famous error in the security, guys. Sometimes they will ask you, can you remember, can you recollect any error numbers in the SQL server? You can tell them 18456. Okay.
Yeah.
So if the SQL server is not running, can I get 18456 error?
No.
Yes, we get.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Answer is no. If the SQL server is not running, you will get another error, a network related instance specific error.
Yes.
Okay. Fine, guys, are we good now?
Yep.
Yeah. So what we can do, let me go back to the server. Okay. Now I am trying to connect as a Vamshi now. Okay. This time, can he connect?
Yes.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
Yes.
Connect.
Yes.
Are you sure? Are you sure, everyone?
Yeah,
Shivan?
sir.
Shivan, are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes,
Pakka?
I'm because you just changed it to mixed mode, right? So
100%.
Pakka? 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sir.
He can connect. See here, immediately what it is asking.
Change the
So,
password.
to change the
Correct.
password.
So I'll give credentials to Vamshi. So Vamshi is using his own credentials, default credentials now. Immediately Vamshi will get this screen and he has to change the password. Okay, Vamshi is giving new password. Okay, click OK, done. Right, now Vamshi connected. See here, you can see Vamshi name here. Vamshi, what is the difference between this and this, guys? Can anyone tell me?
Which one?
This and this.
This Vamshi is
Because
a specific
SQL server is not
specific
Admin and
SQL
one.
server.
limited access to Vamshi, I guess.
Very good.
SQL Server agent is
Very good. Why? Here I can see agent, here I cannot see agent. Why?
Red color mark.
Server
Because
is same.
access is not provided.
Role is not being given to Vamshi for
Very
displaying
good.
this.
Very good. Very good. Vamshi doesn't have access to see all the objects. Very simple. So if you see sometimes when users are sharing their screenshots, you can see like this. So don't wonder where is the agent. No, he don't have access to see all the objects. He don't have access to see the agent. Okay, this is a sysadmin. He can see all the objects, but Vamshi is having very limited access. I just created Vamshi login. Do you remember, guys? I didn't give any permissions to Vamshi. Correct? I just created Vamshi login. I didn't give any type of access to Vamshi. Now, thank you. Now, let's try. Vamshi is trying to create a database. Can he create the database now? Can he create
No.
the database?
No, Vamshi is not the Vamshi is not added.
Creator, DB creator.
DB creator
Okay,
is not added there, so he can't create a database, I guess.
let's see. Okay, click on this. I'm changing it to 150. Okay, so what is the command to create the database?
Create database.
Create
Database name.
database name.
What is the database name? Tell me any name.
Vamshi DB.
Vamshi DB. Okay, Vamshi DB. Okay, chalo, no issues. Okay, so let's parse it first. Yeah, command is successful. I mean to say it's correct. Let's execute. What is the error I'm getting?
Yeah, permission denied.
Master.
Master means I have to execute this on master or what?
No.
Master one.
Correct.
Master is chosen at this time. But here create database permission denied in database master. So he is unable, he will not be able to create any database under the master. Can you just expand
He
that
don't have any
databases
permission.
He
enough to
doesn't
create a
have permission
database.
to create Vamshi.
No one can create database in master.
No, he don't have a permission to create a database.
So what I have to do? I have to change the database now?
You have to
No,
assign
you
the
will have to
permission
grant
name.
him the role. You have to grant him
You
the
have
role to create this.
give him the
Yeah. So can Vamshi can give access to him directly?
no.
No,
No.
sysadmin has to give
Either
him.
sysadmin will give or DB creator can give.
What is the other change that you can see here? What is the other change that you can see here in the Vamshi and in
Vamshi
the
is able to see only his ID over there and his only his
Yes,
even he
yeah.
will not be able to connect to sysadmin.
Very good. See, this guy, administrator, can see all the logins, but Vamshi can see how many logins?
Only Vamshi's. He can
Vamshi
see
and
to
SA.
Vamshi, but he won't be
SA
able to
login.
connect to SA, I guess.
No, that is SA is different login. Okay, SA is a default login. Everyone can see SA, but he can see only his login. That doesn't mean the other logins are deleted. No, he don't have permissions to see other logins, guys. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Now let's do one thing. Vamshi cannot give access to himself. Vamshi doesn't have that kind of ability. Let's try from Vamshi section. I'm adding Vamshi to the DB creator role. Let's see whether he can do that or not. No.
Error.
Vamshi cannot give access to himself. Otherwise, if he can give access to himself, what is the use of the DBS, guys? Okay. An administrator only can give access to Vamshi. Double click on Vamshi. Go to server roles. Let's add him to the DB creator role. Guys, by default, every login should be part of public server role. That you cannot uncheck this. By default, when you create any login, test it. When you create any login, by default, he will be part of the public server role. Okay, he will be part of the public server role. Right now, administrator, I am giving access to Vamshi. Click OK. Now tell me, let's go to Vamshi's session. Now can he run the same statement to create the database?
No, if he is connected to the same session, he won't be able to do. He will have to take a new session and then it.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Just refresh this once. Okay, now execute it. Done. Sometimes, yes, if it is like in the cache and all, if you don't clear the cache, sometimes you might get the error. Riyaz, you are correct.
You
But
just refreshed it,
90%,
right?
yeah. So now he can able to create the database. Earlier, Vamshi is not part of the DB creator role. So earlier he cannot create the database. When Vamshi is added to the DB creator role, automatically he can able to create the database.
Correct.
Vamshi can also drop the databases. My question is, type your answers in the chat. Don't tell your answers. Guess it, no problem. Guess it, okay? Vamshi can drop his own database that he created, or Vamshi can drop all the databases. Type your answers in the chat. Don't tell your answers. Guess it, no problem. You got my point, right? Vamshi is a part of DB creator role. What a DB creator can do, he can create new databases. He can drop the existing databases. He can restore the databases. He can add members to DB creator role. Now my question is, Vamshi can create and Vamshi can drop the databases. So Vamshi can drop only the databases that he created, or he can drop all the databases. Guess it, guys. You got my question right, guys, everyone?
Yep.
Use your creativity. I got 10 answers till now. Waiting for the answers. 12 answers till now. It's just a guess, guys. Don't worry. I don't give any gift to anyone. Just a guess. Fourteen answers till now out of 23 participants. Still 7 plus 3, 10. Oh, 19, 20. Very nice. 21. 2 more has to respond. 1 more has to respond. 1 more dropped. Okay, fine. No issues. Okay. Let's see this. He can delete, Suresh. Correct. Your answer is correct. But what he can delete? He can delete his own database or all other databases. Okay. Shibin, only his own. Okay. Ram. Okay. Ram, all the user databases. Very good. Super answer, Ram. Riyaz, his database only. He can drop. Suresh Kumar again. Same Suresha. Same Suresh Kumar C. Again. Okay. Same answer. He can drop. What he can drop? He only drop his database. Suresh Kumar C. He can drop all databases. Okay, fine. Finally. Suresh Babu Chalamala. Only the DB created by Vamshi. Very good. Balaji, he can only drop his database. Kasturi, only Vamshi created can drop. Vamshi, he can drop both the data, all the databases. Vamshi. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
He can drop all now. Riyaz, he can't drop others database. He is not the owner of other databases. Shurya, yes. What is that? Yes, Shurya Sri. Okay. Sudhakar Reddy, all. Chandana, good evening, sir. He can drop any database. Riyaz, he can drop his only database. Ravi, he can drop his own database. Anil, HR can access full database. He can access full database. Anil, you are saying?
Yes.
That only
By
Vamshi
type
can
mistake.
do that. He is not. He can drop database, whatever. He can create, delete. See, your own. Okay, chalo. Let's try, guys. Anyhow, he can drop his own database. How to drop it? Drop database name. Okay. Now enter. Select this line. Okay. Alt X. Anyhow, we can drop it. Okay. That's for sure. Let's see. Let's wait for a while. It's taking time. Don't please remove the. Who is using this? He can drop it, guys. Don't worry. He can drop it. He can drop it. Okay. The answer
That's-
is correct. He can drop it.
That's
I'll
because
tell
it is currently
No,
using
yeah,
master,
yeah.
I think.
No. Master not an issue. Maybe the connection is open somewhere. What I can do, let me do one thing. Where is the connection opened for Vamshi DB? I have to check it first. I can check using SP who to.
Who's active.
Yeah. SP who is active is not yet created. Shibin. So you can see under
sorry.
database name column, you can see where is this database opened. Where is this? Yeah,
Vamshi,
here it was a
right.
58
Session
session.
58.
Okay, session 58. What we can do, I can
Kill
kill this
58.
session. Don't worry, guys. I'll tell you all these things during the server roles itself. We'll discuss all these things and all. What is kill and all. Okay. Now let's run the same statement. Done. Right? He can create his own database. This is for sure. Now let's try to delete other database. SRH. One database is there, SRH. This one. Okay. Vamshi is trying to drop other databases. What it means?
That means he can actually
doesn't-
drop all the databases.
What, Manju? What you are saying?
He doesn't have a permission.
He doesn't have permission.
Yeah, other databases.
Other databases.
Yes.
What
Yes.
is? You don't have permissions to drop other databases.
Yes, sir.
What we can see on the screen? Manju, come on. Drop database name SRH completed successfully. Select databases, refresh it. Can you see SRH database?
Yeah.
Can you see
It's
SRH
not-
database? It's not there.
No.
So what is the meaning? He can drop his own
can
or he can
drop.
drop all the databases.
Hmm.
He can
Drop
drop
all the
database. Okay, guys, is it clear now? Once you got a drop permission, you can drop all the other objects, other databases also. It's not limited to only Vamshi, guys. Right? So this is how the server roles will work. Whenever I add Vamshi to this server role, what is that server role? DB creator. By default, how many permissions Vamshi will get? Anyone remember?
He can create the database, he can drop the database, he can alter the database, he can delete, he can do all of those things, and
By
he can
default,
so restore
eight-
database,
8 permissions you'll get it. So if I want to
Just one doubt over there.
yes, please.
So is there a way to limit this? Say, for example,
No.
this is a
This is fixed server role. Fixed server
Okay.
role. Fixed server roles means what? Permissions of these roles are
Is
fixed.
fixed.
You cannot
fixed.
add extra permission to this role. You cannot
Good.
modify the existing permissions from this role. The permissions are fixed. That's why these roles are called fixed server roles. If you want like that, you have to go for a customized server role. You can add whatever permissions you want. You can remove whatever permissions you don't want.
So in organization, it would be better to have custom roles than rather than giving these sort of roles. Because if we
But-
create a login with these sort of roles, you can do
Totally-
any damn thing.
Totally agreed. But first of all, you should know the default server roles, right? Then only
Correct,
you can
Shyam.
able to understand the other custom server roles. You should know the challenges with the default server roles. Then you can easily understand the custom server roles.
Correct.
Right? Yes, Ade, please.
Okay, my question is when you say when we have author database, what
Alter
capacity,
database,
what ability?
alter database can be anything like we can use alter query to change the database file names, to rename the database, to extend the database, to increase the size of the files for all the whatever changes that you are trying to do, all the changes you can do using alter query. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
You
alter
can drop with the author database permission, all that. Okay.
other than drop and create, he can still alter the database, means he can whatever changes are there, he can still go with the changes. Okay, he can still go with the changes, right? So using this alter permission, he can still go with that. Okay.
Okay.
So alter can be anything. If you want to rename the database, you'll use alter statement. If you want to move the files to another location, you have to use alter database permission, alter database query. Yeah, if
Makes
you want to
sense.
increase the file size of the any of the files, data files, log files, you have to use alter query only. So a person who is a member of this role can run alter database query. Okay. Yeah, guys, any other questions, guys?
No.
So by default, for example, if I want to give these 8 permissions, I have to give it separately. But when I add Vamshi to that role, by default, Vamshi will get all these 8 permissions. Are you getting the point, guys? That is the use of the server role. If you are a member of a manager, if manager is having 10 responsibilities, by default, you will get all 10 responsibilities, right? Correct, guys? In the same way, if you are a member of any fixed server role, by default, you will get all the permissions of that fixed server role. Clear? Are we good, guys? What is the next server role? Disk admin.
Next is disk admin.
Yeah, disk admin and all, again, we don't use it. We can initiate the disk. Okay, we can add dump device. We'll never use this at all, just for permissions to see. Again, you can add member to disk admin, a member can add member to the same role, right? You can ignore this and let's go to process admin now.
What do you actually do with this thing at all?
Till now, in my experience, till now, I didn't use disk admin. And even my friends also didn't use it, disk admin. See, server roles wise, only one role will use it, that is sysadmin. Only one role will use. Very rarely we might use process admin, security admin and all, that's it. But you should know sometimes, right? If I am ignoring wantedly, you might, okay, expect something different. That's why you should know the permissions first. Then you should know like why we are going to ignore and all, then you can easily understand. Okay, so disk admin, we don't use it. Maybe earlier, see, we have a concept called disk. We can take backups to the disk and all. So to initialize the disk, to create the device, for that purpose, we'll generally use this. Backups, restores, we have a separate concept there we are going to discuss. Okay. Right, let's check the permissions of this process admin. There are 2 permissions for this process admin. One is, of course, you know that a member of any role can add member to that role, one permission that we know. Second is skill. What is the skill permission? First of all, what is the process? What is meant by process?
Run and executing
Running any job.
Whatever activity is running.
A temporary user work area, you can call it as a process. Okay. A temporary user work area, you can call it as a process. I opened one session, right? This is one session. Whatever I am doing in this session, this will be executed as a process. I just opened, this is a session. Like this, I can open multiple sessions. 32,767 sessions I can open at a time. Means Vamshi can connect to the SQL server. He can open 5 to 10 sessions and he can execute queries. Shibin can connect to this SQL server. Again, he can open 5 to 10 sessions or 20 sessions and he can work on it. So whenever Vamshi is opening, whenever Shibin is opening, whenever any user is connecting one session, by default, one session will be associated with that user. Like that, you can open as many as you can. Every session will have an ID that is called SP ID. See here, 58 one ID, 57 one ID, 61 one ID. What is the use of this SP ID? I can track what is running
Which
under
session is
SP
active.
ID. Yes, under this session ID, what is running currently? What's going on under this session ID? Who is running? So, for example, Shibin connected and unknowingly he ran a drop query. Unknowingly, he deleted a very important production database. I can track him. It will be registered under his session. I can track him. I can easily check who dropped this table, who dropped this database. I can easily check. So to track it and to see, for example, Ade is running something. It is running since 5 hours. I can see what Ade is running since 5 hours. What kind of queries are running in this session currently? I can see, I can monitor it. Okay, guys. So whatever you're running in every session, so that will create a process that will run as a process, guys. Okay, so that will have an SP ID. Okay, every process will have an SP ID. For example, if Ade is running something since 5 hours, which is consuming lot of resources, whole CPU and memory is consuming because of Ade's session. what I can do? I can kill Adesh session. Or by mistake, you just ran one query. It is by mistake, it is dropping. If it is still running, I can kill that query. By mistake, you initiated a backup, which is going to run as a process. I can kill that backup process. Very simple. Like in the task manager, sometimes I'll kill it, right? If you go to any task manager, if it is consuming more CPU and resources, memory resources, we can kill it, right? So in the same way, under SQL Server, if anyone is running something, I can track, I can check, I can see what he's running, I can monitor what he's running. If there is a situation, I can kill his session.
Shamluk, one question related to this one. You see, from the SQL Server, we can identify that who is running what. Is it possible? Can we track that session from the Windows as well?
From SQL, see, Windows side, you can track only Windows sessions. SQL side, you can track only SQL sessions. SQL side, you cannot track Windows sessions. Windows side, you cannot track SQL sessions. Okay, so that is not possible. Short answer is not possible. You can see in the Windows side, you can see which SQL server is taking more resources, but you cannot see what's running behind in that SQL server. Internally, what's running in that SQL server, you cannot see from Windows, but from SSMS, you can see. Clear, Riyaz?
Clear, Shamluk.
Yeah, someone is asking something. Okay.
Shanmugh, I was asking you this question. Suppose I open a new session with a new query, and there is this database there, as any database for that matter. I just by mistake or with an intention, not that usually happens in the organization, but let's just say I opened a session, I wrote drop database name, dropped it, and closed the session. Can you still trace without that session being saved as a particular can you still trace who dropped that database table?
I can.
Okay.
Using custom queries, I can do that. Using monitoring tools, I can do that. Using third-party tools, I can do that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So probably the SQL Server will be having some auditing.
Yes, Riyaz.
By default, no? So we'll have to enable that, or everything that will run, it is getting audited.
If you want to enable auditing, you have to run some custom scripts, Riyaz.
Okay, then only the auditing will happen.
Yes,
Correct?
correct. Okay, so I can track the history also. If you just drop the database and if you close that session, don't think that no one, okay, no one can see your action, that we can easily track it. See, for example, if it's a really production server, production database, so application users will immediately raise a flag, okay? So then immediately DBA team will enter into the call and they will keep monitoring and they can easily check who dropped the database by running some custom scripts.
And even the queries that you execute, that
also can be tracked. If you are using third-party monitoring tools like SolarWinds, it's easy. If you are not using any third-party tools, then you have to go with some custom scripts. In Google, lot of custom scripts are there that we can easily track the history, what queries you ran in the earlier. Everything we can track.
Wow. And it can go all the way up to 4 or 5 years or whatever that span can be.
No, very good question. No, it's not like 4 or 5 years. Maybe until you restart the SQL server.
Okay.
Maybe there is no specific time limit. That doesn't mean after restart it will lose the data, nothing like that. But still, it will be logged inside the system database, right? So I guess it will be there. But after 2 or 3 years or after 4 or 5 years, not sure. That's a valid question actually you're asking. After 4 or 5 years also I can
Because
track.
there was an investigation of that sort, Shanmugh.
Generally, what we will do in the organization, we'll go for auditing. Everything will be recorded. So maybe if you can save that audit file for 4 or 5 years, you can pull it.
Okay, there will be a retention attached.
Yeah, for audit files, generally retention. Why? Because a lot of the audit files will be very big in size. We cannot hold it. So here the answer is, it's not easy. We might can get the history, okay, but it's not so easy. In case if you are using any storage accounts, cloud storage accounts, and if you are dumping there the whole history auditing and all, there is a chance that we can get it, but it's not so easy to get it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Fine. So, what is the process? Whatever you are
Can-
executing. Yeah. Please. Sudhakar.
Yeah, can we use more than one sessions? You know,
Yes.
here
Yes.
you are
See,
running different
Yeah.
queries. The same session,
32,000
right?
sessions. 32,000 sessions you can open on one user.
Okay.
You can open multiple sessions at a time.
Or you can use the same session by deleting, I mean, whatever you don't want.
If you are executing one query, if it is still executing, you cannot execute another query. You will open one more query window and you will execute some other query.
Okay.
Okay.
After executed from same session, earlier one we can be deleted. Then we can use
No,
new.
see, if you want, you can close this. That's it. No need to delete separately. Or if you close
Okay.
SSMS, that will be fine. Your sessions will be closed.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
And one more thing you told, someone is in, I mean, has been using more than 5 years, we can kill his session. Can we kill without taking his permission?
I'll tell you what kind of things you have to consider before killing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So currently we are discussing about process admin. What is the process and all we are discussing? We didn't discuss about the kill. So guys, is it clear? Process is a temporary work area. Whatever you want to execute, whatever you want to work, you can open one session and you can execute the queries and all. So that will create a process. Okay, that session you can monitor, okay, using your commands and all. So if I want to see all the sessions currently that are running in my SQL server, okay, there is a query. This query will help you to see all the sessions that are running currently in this SQL server. We can use this query SP who to stored procedure who is running. Okay, so currently how many sessions are running, guys? Can anyone
46.
tell me? Yeah, you can see the answer here. 46 sessions currently active sessions. Listen carefully. Up to 50 sessions or up to 50 sessions. Session ID up to 50.
User. User sessions.
Very good. No, not user sessions. Up to
System.
60.
System.
Background sessions. Okay, background sessions or system sessions you can say. Okay, I'm unable to minimize this. Sometimes it's creating the problem. Not sure. Since morning, I just left the system as it is. So it just hanged kind of thing. As I don't have time to reboot, immediately I joined the class. It is creating some problem. Can anyone raise a hand once, please? Anyone raise hand using Zoom? Okay, let me go back here. Okay, thank you. Okay, right. Let's go down. Process. Okay, and what we are discussing under process admin. A temporary work area. Okay, work area. And what is the other thing that we have to add here? And users requests will be executed as a sessions. Every session will have session ID. Okay, session ID. We can see all the sessions in the SQL server using SP_who2. Okay, right. So now, for example, if I want to kill a session, you can see all the sessions using SP_who2. Session ID up to 50. You can see up to 50. These are all background sessions, guys. Means internally to run the SQL server, some process has to run continuously. So the session ID, you can see the first column SP ID, the session ID up to 50, up to here. See here, up to 50 or 1 to up to 50. From 1 to 50, these are all background sessions. If your Windows server is running in the back end, some process will run, right? then only Windows Server or your laptop can run. Correct? In the same way, if SQL Server is up and running, all these background sessions has to run, then only SQL Server will run, guys. Like this, you can see for Windows Server, see how many background sessions are running. Unknowingly, if you kill any session, your Windows Server can be hanged, or it won't respond, or it can be rebooted, right? So in the same way, I can see all the sessions using SP2 and up to 50 sessions are background sessions. Up to 50 seconds are background sessions. Background sessions, you cannot kill it, guys. Background sessions, you cannot kill it. If you want to kill it, what is the query? Say I'm trying to kill 49. You can see here 49 sessions existed, right? I'm trying to kill 49. Let's see. Okay, so execute again. Now, you can see here, there are different states of the sessions, guys. There are different states of the sessions. What are the different states? In the entries, they might ask. In the entries, they might ask this question: what are the different states of the sessions?
Yeah, so one is background, the other one is I think system.
It can be
user.
active, it can be idle, it can be.
Very good, very good. Can anyone raise hand again, please? Please don't mind. I'll ask whenever I want. Please raise the hands, okay? Thank you. Different states of session. Background. Thank you, Ade. Background. Sleeping.
Runnable.
Running. Okay. Roll back. What else? What else, guys? Anyone remember any?
They are waiting to command.
No, there is no wait.
Idle, sir.
What is that?
Idle.
Idle also not there, but we can consider. Okay, idle. Okay. Let's go and check here, guys, in the SQL Server. Background sessions you can see. Sleeping sessions you can see. Okay. Background sleeping. Runnable session you can see. If you are running any query, you can see running sessions. You can see here running. So background, sleeping, runnable, running, suspended. Very good. Yeah, suspended also you can see. Suspended sessions. Suspended and rollback. These are all different states of the sessions, guys. Okay. So you can kill any of the sessions. Again, every time.
Except for background.
Yeah, background sessions. Up to 50, you cannot kill, but yeah. Suspended. Thank you. Suspended. Okay, fine.
What do you mean by that, Shanmugh? Suspended?
You can suspend the session. You can suspend the session. Sometimes, for example, if the query is waiting for something else, that will be in suspended state. Okay, for example, you are running one query, the resources are not sufficient. So the query is waiting for the resources. Until then, it will be in suspended state. Once it got the resources, then it will again run. Okay, that is called suspended. Right. So now, sometimes we should be able to kill the sessions. Sometimes we should be able to kill the sessions. For example, in what scenarios we'll generally kill the sessions? In what scenarios we'll generally kill the sessions, guys?
When that particular session is blocking the other queries. For
Very
example,
Super. Yes. If it is any blocking are there, we cannot directly kill it, but there is a, you can consider to kill the session. Okay. One is blocking. Next.
Long running sessions.
Very good. Long running sessions. Next.
Non-responding sessions.
Okay. Suspended, we can say. Next. These are the main, okay, cases that you can kill the session. So sometimes users will ask, hey, DBA team, please kill so-and-so session. In that scenario, you can kill it. No problem. Sometimes, for example, one developer is running one session, which is taking a lot of time and it is consuming a lot of resources. Because of that session, other processes are waiting. Okay, in that scenario, after taking the user approval, for example, if Pooja is running one session, it is running since 8 hours, still there is no progress. Because of that, lot of CPU and memory resources are consuming. So other sessions are waiting. Okay, it is impacting all other sessions. You can kill Pooja's session, but before killing Pooja's session, you have to send an email to Pooja. Hey Pooja, your session is blocking the whole SQL server. The memory and CPU resources are consuming a lot. Other processes are not getting the resources. Can I kill your process? If Pooja is okay, she will update, yes, you can kill it. Or else, for example, if Pooja is giving one presentation to the client, are you getting the point? If Pooja is giving one presentation using SSRS tool or using Power BI tool, the backend database is connected to the SQL server. Pooja is giving a presentation for around $1 billion project or 1,000 crores project. She is giving presentation. So while presenting, definitely she has to use some metrics, right? She has to use some PowerPoints and all, right? So she's grabbing the data from the database. So someone unknowingly killed her session. What will happen in the presentation? She don't get the data, right? If she's not getting the data, what will happen in the client meeting? Definitely, there is a chance
Client
that
will say you're not getting the money.
yeah, your
Reputation
session,
loss.
correct. Your session can lose $1,000 or 1,000 crores or $1 billion. Can be anything. Correct, guys. So you cannot kill it without taking approvals. Okay, so you have to ask the end user, Shanmukh, how do I know? You can see here who is running the session using the login. I can see Vamshi is running this session as 63. I can see administrator is running this session 61. I can see Vamshi is running. I can send an email to Vamshi. Hey Vamshi, can I kill this session? Not every time. If there is a chance.
But Shamukh, how we identify that this particular session is consuming so many resources?
You can see
Is there a
here
way?
CPU time, disk IO, the values will be more. Okay, the values will be more. Okay, and from where he is running also you can see the program name. Currently where he is running, where Vamshi is running, in the management studio only, right? So that you can see here under management studio session he connected like this. So I can take the Vamshi's approval, then I can, if Vamshi is okay, then I can kill Vamshi's session. But not every time. Again, if it is creating the problem, then only we can kill him. Otherwise, hundreds of sessions will run in the SQL server. You cannot go and check each and every SQL server. You cannot go and kill. If the session is creating problem, then only you can kill it, guys. So who can kill the sessions? Who can kill the sessions? Tell me, guys, who can kill the sessions?
Process admin, sysadmin.
Process admin, sysadmin.
Correct, guys?
Yeah.
Correct. So member of process admin. Okay. Okay, member of process admin can kill the session, any session. But remember one thing, guys. Can we kill update session? Any session are they? Whether it is update, that's what I'm trying to say. Guys, imagine someone is running one insert statement. Insert statement around 1 million records. After 99, 1 million means around 10 lakh, right? In our terminology, it will be 10 lakhs. 9,99,900 transactions completed. Okay. At this stage, you killed his session. What will happen, guys? What will happen?
Rollback will happen, sir.
Very good. Very good. When you kill any session, what is the next state of that session? It will go to rollback. Rollback means what? Already it inserted 9,99,900 transactions. It will cancel all 9 lakh transactions, guys, again. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
Are you getting the point, guys? The transaction will be rollback. So rollback state is very dangerous state. Sometimes it can run 1 hour. Sometimes it can run 1 day. Sometimes it can run 1 week also. Are you getting the point, guys? Very important, rollback. So if you kill the session, don't expect that it will be killed immediately. If it is an insert statement, if it is an update statement, If it is a alter statement, okay, it will go to rollback state, which might take lot of time if the transaction is big. Clear, guys? You should be very careful while killing the sessions. Are you getting the point, guys? Very careful, especially while killing insert statements or update statements or delete statements. Those statements will go to rollback state, means cancel state.
So rollback will happen in your temp DB or somewhere else, Shyam?
It will
Where this rollback?
depends upon your transaction. Generally, if it is an insert statement and all, it will be in the direct database only. If it is any sorting kind of thing, it will be in the temp DB. Like index operations, index sorting and all. Okay, that will be in temp DB. Okay, guys. Guys, are we good now about kill statement?
Yep.
Right? Who can kill? A member of process admin can kill. A member of sysadmin can also kill the sessions. So let's go to the demo now. Now, okay, can Vamshi kill the sessions, guys? Can Vamshi see the sessions? First of all, let's say I'm running
No.
SP who2 in Vamshi's query window. Okay, what he can see?
Only his session.
He
His
can see
session.
his own session. See 51. He can see his own session. When I run the same query in the administrator session, see how many sessions we can see. I can see 65 sessions, but Vamshi can see his own session. Why? Vamshi don't have permissions to see all the other sessions. Correct? See, somehow Vamshi know one query, okay, one session ID, but let me check one session. Somehow Vamshi knows one session, 62 session, so he want to kill. Can he kill the session, guys? What is the kill statement? Kill, session ID 62. Can he kill it now? Tell me.
No.
No, sir.
No, you won't be able to.
Why?
No.
He
He doesn't have the.
Right, very good. If we just execute, he will get the error. User doesn't have permission to kill, to use the kill statement. What we can do, let's give the permission. Guys, you don't test all these things in the production servers. I just want to show you how this will work. Okay, so directly going to the server, killing the sessions. Okay, Shanmukh is correct. Don't practice on production servers, guys, please. We are creating our own environment. Do whatever you want. What you will do with your own SQL servers. Don't try it. Some people are already working, guys. Don't try this, whether Shanmukh is correct or not on your production servers. Okay, so now what we can do, let's add Vamshi to the process admin role. Okay, I'm adding, this time I'm unchecking DB creator. You can also check the DB creator, but try to practice one role at a time. Otherwise, you'll get confused. Okay, now I'm checking, I'm practicing with the process admin. Click OK. Now, let's go to the Vamshi session. Now, Vamshi can see all the sessions, guys.
Yes.
Yes, he can see. Now, Vamshi can kill the sessions.
Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
he can.
Yes.
This is the background session. Okay, let me go to this. Let me go to this 70.
It's 1 o'clock.
70. Okay. Some of them are created, guys, internally. Okay, so let me go to this 56. Let me go to 59. Okay, let me go to 59. 59. Done. See, earlier he cannot kill. Earlier you got an error like user doesn't have permission. Now you can able to kill the session. So who can kill the sessions? Member
Anybody.
of process admin and
Sysadmin.
sysadmin.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Okay. Now I have a quick question for
So
all
can
of you. Yeah. Anil, please tell me.
you kill that 51 session?
51. You want to, there is there is one diagram, right? One guy is cutting his edge, sitting on the tree.
That's right.
You can do that. You
Kill the
can
session.
do that. You can do
No.
that. Okay, fine. You can kill. You can cut right the same way. It will work. Fine. Now my question is,
I am thinking that the window will be disconnected
window.
or
It won't be disconnected. It won't be disconnected. Okay. So what we can see, it will go to inactive state. It will go to inactive state. You cannot kill your own. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting this error. Sorry for that. Yeah, cannot kill your own session. Okay, cannot kill your own session. Yeah, that's fine. That is a correction, guys. You cannot kill your own session. Fine. Now my question is. Process admin can kill other sessions, right? Correct. Now, for example, let's go like this. Riaz is a sysadmin. Vamshi is a process admin. Listen carefully. Riaz is a sysadmin. Vamshi is a process admin. Can Vamshi kill Riaz session or not?
No.
Can a process admin kill sysadmin session or not? That is my question.
No. Sysadmin is the highest level
So,
of.
Type your answers in the chat. We'll be back after 50 minutes and we'll discuss, guys. Okay. Type your answers in the chat in the meantime. Let's go for a break. We'll discuss after the break. Okay. The question is, can a process admin kill the sysadmin session or not? That is the question. Can a process admin kill the sysadmin session or not? Okay. That is the question. You can guess it, guys. No issues. You can guess it. You can type your answers in the chat. Will be discussed after the break. Okay. Yeah. I'll be back after 15 minutes, guys.